I'm Roman Yossi of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Dante Fabro of the Nashville Predators.
This is Philip Forsberg of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Colton Sissons of the Nashville Predators.
I'm Eustace Aros of the Nashville Predators.
You're listening to the Renegades of Puck
with Crazy Charlie.
Welcome to the bunker. Welcome to the Renegades of Puck podcast. And happy Thanksgiving. I'm your host and Captain Crazy Charlie Saunier. And before we get started with the No Half Step in hockey coverage, first, great to be feeling better. Appreciate you sticking with me and your patience during that back injury the last couple of episodes. Now, let's tell you about our home website, renegadesofpuck.com. Once you go to renegadesofpuck.com, you'll learn everything you need to know about the show. Once you're good and educated about the show, you can click on that merchandise tab. Take you straight to our classic logo t-shirt and all the different special events you come to know and love from the Renegades of Puck. That's right. Socks, throw pillows, wall art, bed sets, all the gimmicks. They're all there in our online store. Something like 88 different items at this moment in time. Perfect gifts for the holidays, if you catch my drift. We've sold out so that you can buy in. Social media is of critical importance to this independent, unaffiliated hockey operation, so here's how you can jump in the trenches with the Renegades of Puck. Please, we are trying to build up Instagram and Threads as our primary usages of social media. So follow us along over there, but you can also find us on Facebook, and you can somewhat find us on X, even though that's reluctant, but we do still have audience members over there, so we're going to keep that account active as long as you guys keep reacting to it, for now at least. So social media is how you can support this operation. We sure do appreciate it. It doesn't cost you a single thing. It doesn't take you but a second, but it goes a long way to helping us out here. We do have a YouTube page, and we would appreciate if you would subscribe to that channel, turn on those notifications, and support us in that way. That is the best way right now that you can help us out, is by passing the links around from our YouTube channel and supporting the content that we're building as we're trying to grow in several different directions. We have playlists for all of it. You can find it all on the YouTube channel. If you'd like to leave a tip, a virtual tip for the show, or you'd like to make a cash donation, you can do that by scanning the QR code on the virtual tip jar right over there on the corner of the desk here in the bunker, and that will take you to Venmo, or you can just search out Renegades of Puck on Venmo. Every dollar goes a long way to helping this operation, as you already know, so thank you kindly, and peace. We sure do appreciate keeping us in business. Now, listen, I know it's time for the No Half Step in hockey coverage, so let me deliver the goods. It is time for operation number 934. That is right. It's time for show number 934. And at this moment in hockey history, the Nashville Predators have sunk back into 8th place and last in the Central Division. After 23 games played, they have a record of 7-12-4, 18 points. Is abysmal, honestly. Their home record is 5-6-1. That's where their next game will take place at Bridgestone Arena. Will be against the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Preds have scored 54 goals on the season. They've given up 73. It's a goal differential of -19. Before we talk about the Preds and Tampa Bay, let's talk about the Central Division, their latest standings. The Winnipeg Jets still occupy first place as they have all season long, 36 points at this moment in time. Minnesota Wild are in second place with 32 points. The Dallas Stars in third with 26. Then you'll find Colorado right behind that with 24. St. Louis with 23, Utah with 21, and then the Blackhawks and the Predators are, let's face it, they're bracketing off for a whole separate race to the bottom this season. The Nashville Predators, after taking on Tampa Bay on Friday afternoon, Saturday will be in Minnesota, so a back-to-back with a couple of extra hours and a travel in there. Wednesday at Toronto, Thursday at Montreal, so another back-to-back coming up in the middle of the week. The 12th of December at Ottawa, and the 10th of December versus the Calgary Flames. This is the second of two meetings this regular season between the Nashville Predators and the Tampa Bay Lightning. The first meeting took place back on October the 28th when Nashville went into Tampa Bay and suffered a 3-2 overtime loss. It was Eustace Aros going 24 out of 27, taking the loss. Nyquist and O'Reilly scored the only goals for the Predators. Vasilevsky went 35 out of 37, picking up the victory against Nashville. Chafee, Paul, Point, each with a goal for Tampa Bay. There is a little bit of Predators news before we get exclusively into Tampa Bay and then into this game matchup. Luzon is now listed as week-to-week on the injury chart, and McCarron has officially been placed on IR. The Tampa Bay Lightning, let's talk about them exclusively for the next couple of minutes. 11-8-2 on the season, 24 points is fourth best in the Atlantic Division. On the road, 4-5-1, that's reasonable. 80 goals for, 66 goals against, a plus 14 goal differential is actually quite good. In their most recent stretch of 5 completed games, we go back to November the 19th, and it was a 3-2 overtime win at the Pittsburgh Penguins. On the 21st of November, it was a 7-6 overtime loss at the Columbus Blue Jackets. On the 23rd of November, a 4-2 loss versus Dallas on the 25th, an 8-2 win versus Colorado, and most recently on the 27th, a 5-4 loss versus Washington. Vasilevsky, 27 out of 32, did take the loss in that game. Now, the numbers and the statistics between these two teams in this matchup are going to favor the Tampa Bay Lightning in a lot of these categories. Let's start with goals for. 2.35 for the Predators is 32nd in the NHL, with Steven Stamkos, Jonathan Marchessault, Philip Forsberg, Ryan O'Reilly, Gus Nyquist. The Nashville Predators are the worst team by goals per game in the NHL. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ledger, the Tampa Bay Lightning are at 3.81 goals per game. That's 5th best in the NHL. And the goals against, Tampa Bay is giving up 3.10, which is 18th. The Predators giving up 3.17, which is 24th. In the shots on goal category, Nashville at 29.5 is 15th. The Tampa Bay Lightning generating 27.9 shots on goal per game is 21st in the league. Shots against, Tampa Bay is 14th, giving up 28.4. The Preds giving up 30.2 against per game. That is 26th in the league. Preds power play has been on top of the matchup several times lately, but has fallen down recently. 20.8% conversion rate has now got them down to 14th in the league, only 15 conversions on 72 opportunities. The Tampa Bay Lightning power play is 23.4% conversion rate, is 8th best in the NHL, 15 conversions on 64 opportunities. The Preds PK continues to be the best in the NHL at 90.7% kill rate. That is first overall. They've given up just 7 power play goals against on the season. Tampa Bay's penalty kill, 76.9%, 23rd overall in the NHL, 15 power play goals against. But when you're scoring 3.81 goals per game, you can overtake a lot of these little bit of problems in the statistics. So the Tampa Bay Lightning match up very well against this Nashville Predators team and already have secured a victory against the Preds on home ice this season. Let's talk about the top leading scorers on each of these teams. The Tampa Bay Lightning, just wow, when you look over here. Kucherov is at 12 goals and 21 assists for 33 points on the season. Hagel's at 9 and 17 for 26. Cirelli's 9 goals and 13 assists for 22 points. Gensel's 9 goals and 12 assists for 21 points. And Braden Point's sitting there with 15 goals to pace the Tampa Bay Lightning and add 5 assists to that for 20 points overall. All top 5 scorers of the Tampa Bay Lightning would be ahead of the leading scorer for the Nashville Predators, who is now Roman Josi. Switch right there. 5 goals, 13 assists for 18 total points. Philip Forsberg's at 9 goals. That does pace the Predators, plus 8 assists for 17 points. O'Reilly, finally some movement on the sheet again. 4 goals, 9 assists for 13 points. Marchessault's at 4 and 8 for 12. And Steven Stamkos, 7 goals, 4 assists for 11 points. Anticipated goaltending matchup in net is a classic between these two teams. Vasilevsky has a record of 10-7-1. He's got a goals against of 2.40, 9-1-0 save percentage with 2 shutouts on the season. UC Saros, 6-10-3, the record. Putrid, the rest of the numbers pretty decent still though. 2.58 goals against average, 9.13 save percentage, and 2 shutouts on the season. Always a good matchup between the Predators and the Tampa Bay Lightning. Always a lot of fun when these clubs get together, and the Preds are going to do it on a Friday afternoon on Gold Friday. They are hoping to move a lot of merch. They're hoping to move a lot of ticket packages. They're hoping to do a lot of business on one of the busiest commerce weekends of the entire year. What happened in the Philadelphia game did not encourage that very much. What happens in the Tampa Bay game could determine if anyone gets a Christmas present themed with Nashville Predators in any way, shape, or form. Let's go and find out what happened against the Flyers. It's the Rebirth Sports full game recap, and it's coming up next right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hockey players are as unique as the game itself, and your uniform should be tailored to fit you. Rebirth Sports is your sports apparel tailor. From shells, bags, warm-ups, hats, hoodies, branding, and more, let Rebirth Sports be your custom hockey tailor.
And don't forget to tell them they do more than just hockey.
Rebirth Sports on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Rebirth Sport, a match made in hockey.
It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We'll go all the way back November the 27th of the year 2024, when the Nashville Predators were welcoming in the Philadelphia Flyers to Bridgestone Arena. Head coach Andrew Burnett deploys his lines and defensive pairings in the following way: Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Nyquist; Stamkos, Novak, and Marchessault; Jankowski, Svechkov, Evangelista; LaRue, Sissons, and Smith. The lineup starting to make some adjustments. Josi and Carrier, Shea and Blankenberg, Wilsby and Shen. Wilsby making his NHL debut, Blankenberg making his Nashville Predators debut, former experience with the Columbus Blue Jackets. UC Saros gets the start in net. We are 1 minute and 5 seconds into the first period, and it's Kolosov coming with a save on Philip Forsberg. It's the first shot on goal of the game. At 2:01 of the first, it's Kolosov coming with a save on Svechkov. At 3:37 of the first period, UC Saros coming up with a save on Andre on the tic-tac-toe attempt. The big kick out is the first big save of the game for the Nashville Predators. Starting netminder, 3:43 of the first now. It's Kolosov coming with a save on Nyquist at close range. At 5:28 of the first period, it's pulling off the box, 2 minutes for tripping, but it's also Luke Evangelista off the box, 2 minutes for embellishment. The broadcast incensed about this call. 4-on-4 leads to UC Saros coming with a save on Konecny, and then the captain, Roman Josi, catches the Philadelphia Flyers in a change, takes the puck behind the net and banks it off of the D's skate and in for his 5th goal of the season. For all intents and purposes, it was obvious he's trying to make the pass across to Philip Forsberg, but it looked perfectly like he was trying to bank the puck off that defenseman's skate from below the goal line. Nashville Predators with a 1-0 lead over the Philadelphia Flyers with a 4-on-4 goal in the first period. 9:35 of the first period. Now Kolosov comes up with a save on Nyquist off of the rush. At 12:46 of the first, it's Lawton, his 3rd goal of the season. It was sharp angle, and it catches UC Saros off the post. So both teams catch breaks on their goals here from sharp angles in the first period. This ties the game up at 1 apiece. At 13:25 the first, Saros comes up with a save on Frost. At 16:18 of the first period, it's Ryan O'Reilly, that prick, with his 4th goal of the season. It was a one-time bomb from the Stamkos spot. You know exactly where that is. And for O'Reilly, a little bit of anger definitely channeled into that shot right there. Only his 4th goal of the season, and his first in a very long time, but it puts the Predators back on top 2-1 here in the first. 17:45 now the first period. It's Kolosov coming with a save on Luke Evangelista, and the Preds are buzzing here at the end of the period, forcing turnovers, churning away in the offensive zone. As a matter of fact, at one point able to complete an entire line change one by one while maintaining possession of the puck and keeping the puck in the offensive zone. Now, there weren't a lot of shots getting through on net, but the pressure on the Philadelphia defense was pretty incredible. At the end of the first period, the Preds do lead 2-1. They're out shooting Philly 10-6. At the 20-minute mark, we do have some minor penalties. LaRue and Sanheim each off the box. That means we'll start the second period in a 4-on-4 scenario. We start that second period, and we find ourselves 59 seconds in, and it's Michkov off the box. 2 minutes for roughing. That's going to create a 4-on-3 power play for the Nashville Predators for 1 minute and 1 second. Kolosov comes up with a save on O'Reilly. Then Kolosov comes up with a save on the captain, Roman Josi. Then Luke Evangelista hits the crossbar. Predators again off to a very good start here, continuing their momentum from the end of the first period, but they could not convert. 3:59 now of the second. It's Kolosov coming with a save on Marchessault, and the Preds keep Philly pinned in again right here. 16 total shot attempts in the first 4.5 minutes of the period. They're hawking the puck. They're disallowing Philadelphia to get out of their own end, and they are wearing down this Flyers defense, but the Flyers are bending, not breaking. 6:06 now of the second. Saros, a save on Tippett. 7:08, Kolosov, a save on Marchessault, and another stretch dominated by the Nashville Predators. Again, not getting a ton of shots through on net, but maintaining possession of the puck and disallowing Philadelphia from going on the attack. 13:51 now the second. It's Saros coming up with a save on Ristolainen, plus the follow-up by Michkov. This was all started by a massive hit along the half wall, freeing the puck for the Flyers and setting up a great scoring chance with one of the Preds defenders down and out of play. 14:52 the second. Kolosov comes up with a save on Shea. 17:05 Kolosov, a save on Wilsby. And 18:58 Saros, a save on Hathaway before we hit the end of the second period, with the Nashville Predators maintaining a 2-1 lead and out shooting Philadelphia 19-13. So the Predators seemed like they were going to pile up shots on goal based on the amount of shot attempts, but Philadelphia otherworldly at blocking shots throughout this game, and the Preds had a little bit of bad luck in missing the net with some wide open looks. 1:46 now of the third period. Kolosov comes up with a save on Marchessault at 3:05 of the third. It's Saros coming with a save on Tippett. 8:01 now of the third period. It's Kolosov coming up with a save on Stamkos. 9:19 Kolosov comes up with a save on O'Reilly's backhand. 9:29 Kolosov a save on Josi, and the puck trickles but is cleared off of the goal line by the D. The Predators have had so many of these as of late, but none of them finding their way across the goal line. 12:40 now of the third period. It's UC Saros coming with a save on Forrester. And the Philadelphia Flyers at this moment in the game, with 7.5 minutes to go, have already blocked 30 shots on goal in this game by the Nashville Predators. Nothing is getting through. 16:39 now of the third period. UC Saros coming with a save on Farabee's jam attempt at 16:58 mark. It's Saros a save on Sanheim. Flyers pushing 17:12 now of the third. It's Saros coming with a save on Konecny. We hit the empty net scenario, and the Predators immediately afterwards get called for too many men on the ice at 17:37 of the third period with a 2-1 lead to protect. An outstanding PK would unfold from the number one penalty killing unit in the entire NHL, and the Predators would survive this 2 minutes. And as the 6-on-5 attack continues over the final seconds of the game, it seems as if the Nashville Predators are in total control, but then Frost slips behind Carrier for a redirect at close range, and that's the tying goal right there with 11 seconds to go in the third period. The Philadelphia Flyers tie this game up at 2 apiece. Frost, great job not giving up, slides right behind Carrier and gets the easy redirect, and it was one hell of a redirect. So we hit the end of regulation. The Predators and the Flyers each pick up a point. Preds get a chance to take a deep breath now as we prepare for the overtime session. The Predators outshoot Philadelphia in regulation 25-20. We are 36 seconds into the 3-on-3 overtime. The captain, Roman Josi, hits the post, and then immediately Philadelphia goes back the other way, and the 49-second mark, so just 13 seconds later, it's Michkov beating Saros and hitting the post. We go to 138 now of the overtime session. It's Kolosov coming to save on Marchessault as the Preds were starting to buzz again, but then right at the middle point of the 3-on-3 overtime at the 2:30 mark, it's Couturier with the one-hand redirect for his 6th goal of the season, putting Philadelphia over the top for that extra point and the victory 3-2 in the overtime session at Bridgestone Arena. The Preds do outshoot the Philadelphia Flyers 27-23 in this game, but the Predators manage one of those unique and rare feats that only happens maybe once or twice in a season, and that is the absolute snatching of defeat from the jaws of victory. The Predators played a damn near perfect game for 59 minutes and 48 seconds before giving up the tying goal and then giving up the winning goal to the Philadelphia Flyers in overtime. I'd like to say it's good that the Predators picked up a point, but honestly, you know this, it's not good that they picked up a point. They easily should have picked up 2 points with the effort that they put in, but they could not close the Philadelphia Flyers out. They let them stick around until the very end. The Flyers, totally comfortable in this situation, slip right behind the D, tie the game up, slip behind the D a second time, and win the game in overtime. I mean, that is the true example of snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. The Nashville Predators absolutely blow this one on the home rink at a moment when they need it more than anything. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We've got so much more analysis, box score, and more coming up on the Thanksgiving episode of the Renegades of Puck podcast.
Hello. I'm Tracy, owner-operator of Strong Style Fitness. And that's me and my training assistant, Rizzo. And we are here to bring you fitness that meets you where you are by offering circuit classes, bar-inspired classes, Tabata workouts, boot camps, guided stretching, and more, all taught by a certified personal trainer, me. To learn more, go to our website, strongstylefit.com. Subscribe on YouTube at Strong Style Fitness. Follow on social media at Strong Style Fit. But most importantly, let's get you moving. It doesn't matter if it's your first workout or you've been doing it for years. Strong Style Fitness has the workout that meets you on your journey and helps you along the path to a happier, healthier life. I understand where you've been, what you were going through, and where you were going, and I want to take you there. We'll see you on the mat. Mwah.
Welcome back in. Let's do some analysis on this Nashville Predators versus Philadelphia Flyers game. And again, the Predators played a perfect game for 59 minutes and 48 seconds, but in the NHL, it takes 60 full minutes to get the job done. UC Saros went 20 out of 23. 3 goals against. He did give up a soft goal. The first goal of the game, no doubt. He didn't seal his post. It was a sharp angle. That one shouldn't have gone in. But the tying goal and the game-winning goal for Philadelphia, that was the defense failing him with 12 seconds left in a game. You can't let a guy slip behind you, even if it means taking him clean off of his skates while he's on his way to the net. You got to do something besides let him walk straight through to the net and get a redirect. and that's what happened to UC Saros on the tying and winning goals for Philadelphia. O'Reilly picks up a goal in this game. Finally, we get to say that again. 3 shots on goal. He said earlier in the day after the morning skate, we need to be pricks, and I was all set up and thinking that the Predators were going to come out and be a nasty team to play against Philadelphia Flyers. I mean, we saw some elements of it. I mean, hell, the broadcast even started with Bulls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine. So you heard a lot about being physical. You heard a lot about being tough. You heard Ryan O'Reilly saying we need to be pricks to be successful. But then you didn't necessarily see that type of attitude translate against this Philadelphia Flyers team. What you did see was the Nashville Predators try to play a perfect hockey game for 60 minutes, but they failed to do so. There were some scrums, there were some penalties, but this was not a game full of Nashville Predators playing like pricks, that's for sure. Josi with a goal in this game. It's his 5th of the season. He's now at 18 points on the year. He leads the Nashville Predators in scoring, and he also caught Philadelphia in the change on that 4-on-4 situation. Took it behind the net, banked it off the defenseman, skated in again. Obviously, I think he was trying to pass the puck over to Forsberg, who was crashing on the weak side, but the benefit of the perfect bounce off of the defenseman skate and into the net gives Roman Josi his 5th goal of the season. Again, when Roman Josi starts to heat up, as he has done in the most recent stretch of hockey, he usually piles up quite a few numbers. I wrote Marchessault down because 5 shots on goal, that's good, led the team in total shots on goals, 2 hits, 18-24, but I also wrote that all down just basically to say I need more. I need more from Jonathan Marchessault. This isn't really a putting him over type of point right here. It's great that he led the team in shots on goal, but listen, he is a proven winner. He is a leader. He is a guy who gets things done in clutch moments, and Jonathan Marchessault needs to do more of that for this Nashville Predators team. I mean, there were actually people talking just 2 weeks ago or so about giving him the captaincy away from Josi to try to turn things around. What about Jonathan Marchessault, other than he competes hard, which, most 3rd and 4th liners do, says he deserves to be the leader of this team. Roman Josi is out there getting the job done, and he is putting up stats to add to it. Willsby makes his NHL debut for this Nashville Predators team with some changes on the defense. Del Gaizo gets the day off. Willsby ends up getting his NHL debut. 17-27 in total time on ice. His one hit was thunderous, and it was a solid debut out there for the Nashville Predators defensive prospect. Also, on the defensive prospect side of things, Stastny, great news in Milwaukee again, coming back from injury finally. Stastny has missed quite a bit of time, and I feel that he is one of the more impressive defensive prospects this Nashville Predators team has. And when he was up here with the Predators last year, I thought the Predators defense was actually performing at quite a good level. Willsby gets his NHL debut, gets his rookie lap, and also puts up a pretty solid 17-27 in total time on ice. That's going to do it for the analysis portion of things. I know everybody's got a big Thanksgiving day ahead. You got a lot of things you got to get done, so let's not stick around on this one too long. Let's hear from our good friends at Stripe Digital Solutions. Let's run through the box score and the numbers, and then let's close this thing out. It's the Renegades of Puck podcast. Happy Thanksgiving, Renegades. I sure am appreciative and thankful of each and every one of you.
The digital environment can be quite intimidating, time-consuming, and cumbersome, especially with all those other areas that need attention at your business, and that's why Stripe Digital Solutions is here to help. I know, because that's exactly what Stripe Digital Solutions did for me and the Renegades of Puck. From designing my home website and helping me create my merchandise to special event posters, brand building, and social media management. But it's not just that, it's so much more. Stripe Digital Solutions has helped me every step of the way. From startup to full-time operation, Stripe Digital Solutions has been there to assist and advise every single step of the journey. In today's fast-paced world, the path to success is having a strong digital partner, and nobody is better in the trenches than Brandy and Stripe Digital Solutions. Get the solution before it's even a problem with Stripe Digital Solutions.
Welcome back in the good cold hard numbers. Let's run it down. Let's get through it. Ryan O'Reilly picks up a goal in this one. Roman Josi also with a goal in this one. That makes up all of your goals for the Nashville Predators. 3 assists in total. Nyquist picks up one of them. Alex Carey picks up another one. And Brady Shea picks up an assist in the shots on goal category. Talked a good bit about Marchessault leading the team with 5. Nyquist added 4. Roman Josi also had 4 shots on goal. In the block shots category, again, hard to block shots, just like in the New Jersey game when the offense is slipping behind the defense and they're taking their shots with no one in between them and the goal. So block shots is Roman Josi is the team lead with 3. Alex Carrier had 2. And honestly, that's about it. Only 11 block shots for this entire game by the Nashville Predators. Not quite good enough. The deeper you get into the stats for this game, the more shaky it is to say that the Predators played a perfect 59 minutes and 48 seconds before choking away the lead. The deeper of analysis you do on each and every one of these statistical categories indicates that the Predators did okay, and they dominated at stretches, but it wasn't as dominant overall a performance as it might have felt due to those lengthy stretches of Preds putting the pressure on the Philadelphia defense. In the hits category, this is another one of those categories where I mentioned that. They talked about being pricks. They talked about bringing Willsby in and also Blankenberg to be more physical. They talked about, the things they got to do out there. Philadelphia is a tough, aggressive team, Tortorella, all that stuff. And then Roman Josi leads the team in hits with 4, Luke Shen with 3, LaRue with 3. I mean, that's not a team full of pricks being nasty out there, I'll tell you that. When it comes to your time on ice, leaders 18-24 for Jonathan Marchessault. And again, more from him. He can have more minutes, but he needs to start putting up more production. 18-15 total time on ice for Philip Forsberg, second on the forwards. 17-56 for Steven Stamkos is your third. On the defensive side of things, you had 3 defensemen getting over 20 minutes in this game. 26-33 for Roman Josi. That's somewhat customary. 28-20 for Alex Carrier and 20-18 for Brady Shane. Again, stick taps to 2 Nashville Predators making their debuts. 1 a Preds debut. Nick Blankenberg, 14-33, delivered 2 hits. Didn't have any problem with his performance out there on the ice. And also, give it up for Adam Willsby's NHL debut. 17 minutes and 27 seconds out there. Generates a shot on net. Generates a hit in the box score. And also has 1 takeaway. So that's going to do it for the box score portion of things. UC Saros 20 out of 23. 3 goals against in this game. Again, one of them was soft. Didn't like that one, not stealing the post. But the other 2, the defense, just let him down. And for UC Saros, again, you would expect I'd be overcritical since the Predators end up losing this by 1 in overtime of UC Saros' soft goal. But my God, he's put up great numbers. 2.58 goals against, 913 save percentage, 2 shutouts. He has done all he can. And if that's the first soft goal he's given up in a while, it's moving on. It was early in the game, and the Predators had plenty of time to overcome that, but they were unable to do so. A couple other things in the box for the Preds. Power play was 0 for 1. Their PK was 1 for 1. Face-off winning percentage. This is nice. 59.6%. Would love to see it stay there. 23 hits. Not enough when you're announcing to the world you're going to be a bunch of pricks. Then that's not good enough. 11 block shots. Clearly not good enough. 4 takeaways. 29 giveaways. Again, told you, the deeper you get into it, the less impressive of the overall game and the dominance by the Nashville Predators, it seems. The Flyers were in this game a lot more than you think. And that's what the Flyers end up sticking around till the very end and coming away with not 1 point, but with 2 points. Now, let's close it out. Snatching defeat from the jaws of victory. We've gone through the analysis. We've talked about it, and clearly it wasn't 59-48 of perfect hockey, but for the Nashville Predators, it sure was one of the better looking, better feeling overall efforts that they've put out there on the rink in a while. Felt like the game against Utah. Felt kind of like the game against Winnipeg. This game was very good at stretches, but the Preds' inability to finish on offense, being 32nd in the league in goals per game at 2.35, that absolutely knifed them in the end of this game. Yes, Alex Carrier let someone slip behind him with 11 seconds to go to tie the game. Yes, it happened again in the overtime session, but they never would have been there if the Predators had been able to close this game out at any point in time. They have to start getting more production and more step up from the Stars. I'm saying the most obvious thing, and everyone's saying that, but we are 23 games into the season. It is Thanksgiving. It is Thanksgiving right now as I am speaking to you. So the Nashville Predators absolutely are at the last possible moment to get their shit together. Once you go past the 30-game mark, you are starting to talk about a really, really big hill to climb if you're in last place. Now, listen, the first half of the season doesn't eliminate you completely, but you're making it a harder and harder task in the second half of the season if you do finally get it together. Looking forward to this game against Tampa Bay. Looking forward to the weekend. Looking forward to getting some good eats on and falling asleep in front of the TV here in a couple of hours. So I hope that each and every one of you are safe out there. I know that many of you are traveling. The podcast goes with you anywhere, easy enough, nice and mobile. So hope you're listening while you're traveling. Hope it's giving you a little bit of ease, a little bit of relaxation, and a little bit of entertainment while you're maybe stuck on a long car ride or something like that. So appreciate each and every one of you. So thankful for every one of you Renegades out there. We're 934 episodes into what started as an experiment over 13 years ago. Your love, your support, and your dedication is the reason that I still continue this project today, and I still put so much time, effort, and hard work into it. It is a joy and a pleasure to do the show for you Renegades who have been so loyal and shown me so much love and helped me achieve everything I've ever wanted to achieve. So I'm so thankful for each and every one of you out there. I'm also thankful for your viewership, thankful for your time. You know what else? Thankful for each and every one of you. I'm your host and Captain Crazy Charlie Saunier. Happy Thanksgiving, Renegades. Stick taps, love, and respect.